Is there anything I didn't ask you? Fans want to know. People want to know. Is there anything you want to get off your chest while I have you here? Is there anything you want to address while I have you here? Anything else you want to mention we did not talk about you'd like to mention now?
I just wanted to talk about, because it's like like a a topic or something that's going on. I know in like my hometown back at home in Syracuse, that's going on a lot. Like kids losing their lives early. Like I was saying that I had like one of my best friends. She had passed away when I was like 13, and I was just saying like just sympathize with anybody, like no matter what side of town they from or like where they from. Anybody that's losing one of their friends early in life like that, like as a kid, because I know that shit, like that's a different type of pain. I just like take away your innocence, because I know how I felt when that shit happened. Like I just felt like I wasn't a kid anymore. Like that shit not supposed to happen to kids. So I'm just saying like I sympathize like anybody that's going through some shit like that right now. I just focus on like still trying to keep your innocence and be a kid, and not trying to like hop into like grown up things that early.
Who did you lose at 13?
My like one of my best friends I went to school with, her name's Leah. I got a tattoo on my arm. Yeah. She had died in a car crash. She was going out of town, and she had died in a car crash. She was in a car with her whole family, and she was the only one that had passed away.
How'd you get the news?
My mom had told me. I think the school had called like everybody parents who was close to her. Or I think they might have just called the whole grade. Uh, and and my mom had told me.
And at that time, this was your best friend?
Like one of my best friends, like we'd be like link up at the school every day type shit, and just kick it like every day, every other day.
Do you remember how you two met initially?
Yeah, we met from school.
What school?
The same one field. I had went to school with her since 7th grade. I think, yeah.
And what grade were you when she ends up passing?
I was it was in the middle of ninth going to 10th grade. Like that summer she had passed away.
You were 13 years old? No, she was you were 13 or she was 13?
I think I might have been like 14. 14. Yeah, like 14. Yeah, I was 14.
14 in the 10th grade?
Yeah, like going into the 10th grade, because I got a late birthday. My birthday November 26th, so I'm always like the youngest one in my class.
What age were you when you actually graduate?
17. Yeah, I think 17.
And you guys meet in that school, but she passes away when you were in high school. And what high school was this?
The same one.
So high school starts at a...
Yeah, my school went from 6th to 12th grade.
Ah. And do you remember how you initially met her? I mean, I know you met in 7th grade, but do you know how you actually met her? Was it the same class you guys had, or?
Nah, I just met her like from being in the same grade. Like I just instantly clicked with her. And we used to always cause she played sports too. She played basketball and shit like that. So we'd be after school just waiting. We'd have practice, like practice around the same time. So we'd be after school just waiting together till we had practice, or watching other basketball games, like middle school basketball games and stuff, high school basketball games.
And is that how you actually meet her for the very first time, was just waiting for one of those situations?
Nah, I don't think so. I think I just met her like in class type thing.
Oh, you guys had the same class together.
Yeah.
Do you remember what class?
Yeah, nah, I don't remember what class it was, actually.
Do you remember the last time you spoke to her before she actually passes away in that crash?
Yeah, we was, it was after school, and I was actually mad at her because she was playing around and I was coming from practice, and she had threw one of my shoes, like one of my basketball shoes, and I was like, it was like expensive. It was called Phone Posits, like a like expensive pair of shoes. So I was just blacking on her, just mad as fuck, and that was like the last time I spoke to her.
So it was actually on a bad note you guys left.
Hell yeah.
How do you compute that? You guys end on a bad note. She ends up passing away.
No, it wasn't no bad note. Like we was cool on the same day, so it wasn't no like, it wasn't no bad. Like we just left like we was mad at each other. Like we wasn't fucking with each other. It was like we was cool in the same day. It was just that was like the last like memory I got really like the last memorable thing from that day. But we was cool though.
Did you attend her funeral?
Yeah.
Did you speak at her funeral?
Nah, I ain't speak at her funeral.
Was that your first funeral ever?
Nah, I went to a couple family members' funerals before her, but that was the first funeral of somebody like around my age though.
Who showed up to that one?
To her funeral?
Yeah.
Shit, like everybody that knew her from my school, basically.
Some people don't go to funerals. Some people stop going to funerals. What's your stance on funerals?
Yeah, I I always say like I wouldn't stop going to funerals because I just want to see that person. I would regret not seeing them for the last time, and just regret not being there for them at that moment of time.
Has that actually ever happened? Have you ever missed a funeral and ended up regretting it?
Yeah, I miss one of my one of my other friends that I got tatted on it like that I got tatted on me. His name Tommy Maddox. Tommy, I missed his funeral, and yeah, I ended up regretting that.
Why didn't you, what was the reason that you didn't attend that one?
Cause I just I overslept. Matter of fact, my phone had died and I missed the alarm. I ain't put my phone in the charger, and I overslept, and I just woke up to a lot of mad missed calls and shit. People seeing where I was at.
Were you able to pay your respects in some sort of way after that point because you did miss the funeral?
Yeah, I ended up just going to his grave a couple times and paying my respects like that. But I just still regret not going to the actual funeral though.
When it comes to Leah, how soon do you tat her name on your body after she passes?
I think she passed when I was 14. I got tatted when I was like 17.
What about Tommy? How soon after he passes do you tattoo him on your body?
Yeah, that was like, I just recently got this like this year, so he died in 2017, so it was like 4 years.
Now, you mentioned earlier in this conversation that no kid at that age should deal with the death of another kid their same age
Yeah.
or age range there. So when this happens to you, how did you actually cope with her death after she passes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I didn't really deal with that shit the right way because I ended up like, just like seeing life in a like, different aspect. Like I just ended up like not caring about life and started down the wrong path and shit like that.
Never saw a professional over this.
Nah.
Sometimes you'll hear in a news story, Like when a young person, like a preteen or a teenager passes away, that maybe the school will have grief counselors, or, maybe they'll have some sort of professional that could help with kids going through that experience of dealing with a death of that magnitude at that age.
Yeah, I think they did, but I ain't end up going to that shit though.
Why not?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you regret that?
Probably because I feel like that'd help me with what I was talking about, like going down the wrong path, maybe.
What did her death teach you? What did you learn from this, if anything?
I don't know what it really taught me, but at the time it just felt like like when you a kid, like you just think like this shit not supposed to happen to us. Like you're not supposed to die until you old. So I just really didn't feel like a kid no more. Like I felt like like we could like she the first person that really taught me like we could die now. Like we could die at any moment type shit.
Do you know any details about that crash? Do you know if that was something out of her control in the sense of it was the fault of the car that had, I don't even know if it was a car that hit her.
It was it was rain, like it was raining, and her dad had lost control, so it was really like nothing they could do.
Now that you're older and you do drive, do you carry yourself in a certain sense because of what had happened to her?
Yeah, like ever since then, I ain't played about like not wearing my seatbelt. Like I always wear my seatbelt ever since then.
What about when it's bad weather? Do you avoid driving or do you drive differently?
Yeah, I don't really be driving when it's too much rain.
What do you miss the most about her?
Just like she was one of them people like, even though we was young, she was like, she used to act like a mom. Like she'd be on you about shit like getting your binder organized. Like I remember we used to have this class called yearbook. Like I used to be in that shit and I would be asleep the whole time. And she'd always be the one that was waking me up. Like what you doing? You need to be doing this.
Do you have a favorite memory of her you could share with us today?
Nah, I don't really remember too much. Like a favorite memory. Oh, I remember we all got caught. We all got caught skipping school. I think it wasn't like nothing specific that happened. We just skipped school one day to go to the store. We all got caught. We all got caught leaving school and got in trouble for that shit.
When it came to music, were you making music at all back then when this happened?
Nah.
Ever mentioned her in your music?
Yeah, I mention her all the time.
Ever actually make a song about her?
Yeah, I got a song called Leah's Song about her.
It's out?
Yeah.
People could listen to that right now if they wanted to.
It's like on YouTube, I think, only.
Was that a song that was spontaneous, that was created, or?
Yeah, it just popped in my head, and I just found a beat for it.
Was it emotional creating or recording it?
Nah, not really. I don't be feeling like emotional when making songs like that.
Even though you weren't emotional, was there a point where it was maybe too much to finish or even release?
Nah, not really.
And how long after she passes do you create this song? I know you were 14 when it happened, so.
I made it in 2019, so she passed in 2013, so it was like 6 years later.
How does a person know the right time to create a song about someone that passed away?
It's really not no right time. You really can't force no shit like that. It just gotta come to you. It just gotta pop in your head, like how that shit happened for me. Like that's how that shit happened a lot for me.
Did other family members on her end react to that song at all?
No, I don't think they heard it yet, but I know a lot of them follow my music. A couple of them follow my music now.
Was there ever a music video for that song?
Nah.
Why not?
It was because like by the time I started making videos, and by the time my videos started getting like traction, it was like that song was like old.
Did she ever do music herself?
Nah.
Now, we're speaking hypothetically here, but what do you think she would think if she found out you went the music route, have a music career, signed to a major recording artist and their imprint, which also has distribution from a major record label? What do you think she would think?
She would be bumping my shit every day. Like, yeah, she was one of them type of people. Like, would be real supportive.
I respectfully want to ask you this question. I know you guys were best friends, or she was one of your best friends.
Mm.
Would it ever go past being best friends? Was there ever anything romantic between you two?
Nah.
Strictly friends.
Yeah.
And why didn't it ever cross that path?
I don't know. We ain't never feel like about each other like that. We was just friends. We was kicking it.
And for time reference, it's June 2021 now.